Chapter 3. Finding a Friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, nothing interesting. Hello? Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering, folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really. We just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave. What? If I am not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Oh, and Luca? You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. Well, that was strange. Do it again, Gran. Make me wait in the house the entire day?
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is that coming from inside the house? Hello? Anyone there? Hello? Rolo, is that you? Over? Strange.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
No one's home. Dang, that normally gets them to go away. Oh, hey, Roxy. This about, accidentally kicking you yesterday? Is Rolo here? No? Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late, and we went home. Weepwood? If he's still alive, I'm gonna kill that little creep. Anything else? Anything he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo? Where are you? We're not supposed to leave, but fuck Graham. Hey, Bert. Have you seen Rolo? Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. Told him that was fine. I'll wait here until he gets back. Rolo's not here either.
Luca tied a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
A key. Who do you think the lock is for this key? Now, why would we want to find that? Because we know the secret. Ah, no fun. Second we know what it unlocks, it just becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Cool. Dad, you're wise. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. You could have fooled me. Well, hey, that's no problemo. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Becon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So, how about you start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I got my own stuff to take care of. Ah, you joker. We're all part of this together. You let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she'll be here, then she'll be here. I just don't see why I'm standing around, doing nothing, and waiting for Roxy, when I could be standing around, doing nothing, and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi, Roxy needs our help. Yeah. Well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. My parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something just feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end for a couple hours. We could spend the time making posters. It'd be great. I guess. Right, Fitz and I will check Wheatwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Wheatwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. What's this about a missing child?
I must stress that the situation is completely under control.
It just all seems so terrible. Are you sure there's nothing we can do to help?
Nonsense, young Miss Cotter. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. Just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging.
Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter, Beck, that... Now, where did she run off to? His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanish? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. Hey, Yilson? History Museum. It's laughable, really. You happen to see Rollo in there? No, just the shadow of my family. Digging on into a town, clinging on to the past. Cling. Feel free to check for yourself. I don't expect to have your mind blown. Hey Griffin, has Rollo been by?
Haven't seen him all day.
I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. And when he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him on the house. I like that. Smack.
We all know Becon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Becon Pines without telling the story of one Shopper Valentine. Young Shopper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Becon Pine. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck. A scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Shopper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Becon Pines. The spirit of Shopper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Reverence Fund.
That was unhelpful. So, that does bring into perspective, though, that the fertilizer caused the foul harvest, which makes sense why Rollo doesn't want to harvest carrots anymore, because they're not growing because the fertilizers permanently damaged the soil. Interesting. Hey Luca, what's up? Have you seen Rollo around recently, have you? He doesn't come around here much, not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. You know, that's fair though. Hey, Don. Is it true about Rollo? Yeah, he didn't come home last night. I couldn't talk to you yesterday. I wonder if it's connected. Connected to what? I was checking in on reports about increased activity around town. What sort of activity? Windowless trucks, mechanical noises, strange lights. Your typical shady stuff. Who would be doing all that and why? Well, I have a few leads. The Valentine family is always suspicious. Perennial Harvest certainly has its resources. Do you have any idea where Roller could be? Best place to start looking is where the trail went cold. Where'd you see him last? We were in Wheatwood, right by Valentine's Fertilizer. I'll check out Wheatwood when my shift ends. I'll do my best. I do my best work at night. Last Chance Diner. Now I could check the library.
The phone booth was brand new. It didn't seem... After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town. The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Dang, they boarded up the way in. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks sold. Joe, have you seen Roland around? No, sorry, Luca. Had my eyes on the dirt looking for beetles. Can't seem to find any. Never came home last night. Do you think it's become colder than normal? I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rollo. No, the beetles. Think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetleologist. Just keep an eye out for them, would you? Of course. Alright, into the library.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Succulent. Nice.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Of course. Oof.
There were rarely any actual new additions, simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read: Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rollo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually in here early on days when a new issue drops. Rollo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet.
Mycological phosphorescence.
Ugh. More like my complete loss of interest.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics. Most of which were Hank Atomic and the
Gross.
myriad of lesser revered spin-offs. Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kaido.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Ahem. Oh, hey, Luca, you snuck up on me. Good book? Oh, no, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, do you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that there are 2 queens in a hive? They'll fight to the death for supremacy? Fight. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Sort of monsters put candy behind a locked door. Oh hey, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luca Van Horn. You're new here? Yep, not by
Beck's
choice.
family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. Didn't come home last night. So he's missing? Yes, so. Like missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep, well, technically, if it landed on heads, leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kind of like me and Roland. I guess Rollo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. Person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. My name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. Suppose I could use help. Try to keep up. We're just dragging kids off to their doom. Did the Chronicle get any new points?
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here?
Didn't it already happened once today? I don't think it's gonna happen again.
Not that much. Fair. Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. The science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged in.
Yep.
I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish?
Yep.
She looks fine to me. Why, hello. I don't think we've properly been introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish.
Yup.
You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll forgive you this once, on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true, they got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that his girl's around. First his pop croaked, then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, time to bust out the tickles, the strange. I don't think it's a good idea to push this kid in to the goo, but at the same time, yes.
Well, time to bust out the strange.
All right, Luca, looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yup. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense. Wackadoos travel in packs, eh, dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach. Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
You jerk, my clothes are ruined. I'm gonna...
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
I don't feel so good. I'm sorry, I just... Oh shit.
Yup.
Deserved. That was intense. He's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about that seemed okay.
Person at the warehouse. The strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. Get the words out of my mouth.
Oh there, little buddies. You startled me. What the dickens are you up to in this part of town?
We're just helping look for Rollo.
Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo showed up safe and sound a little bit ago.
Really? So where was he?
It's really funny. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting, you know.
I'm starting to get that impression.
Rollo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest.
Well, that's a relief.
You two should scurry along before you get lost yourselves.
Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo.
Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you.
She was?
She was worried sick. You should march straight home.
I guess.
Heck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyways.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Roland tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay.
Rollo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran?
Can we chronicle anything? We got struggle. I'll have to try that later.
Gran? No, I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. Just helping look for Rollo. Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him, so I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Turns out Rollo is safe and sound.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
But Gran's not back yet. This is a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice, but I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. "Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right." Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. "That's the thing about fishing, Luca." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out." A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. "Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply. Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca. Rollo, was that you? Luca. There? Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen. I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazard suit? It was... took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. You seem more interested in... for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust... He's... Hold on, someone's coming.
Went silent.
Rollo? Rollo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... the treehouse. The treehouse.
That, the signal died for good.
Was he trying... What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What at the treehouse? The antenna. He wants me to use the antenna at the treehouse to get a better signal. Rollo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Gran ever come home? Gran's not home.
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now.
I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists.
Refuse.
Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we had made that deal with Harris Valentine.
Our resources would have still come in handy.
As I said, I have no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival.
She knew he was there.
Fran? Why are you meeting Mr. Frantel and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hey, Luca. Yeah. Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used my greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. I switch over to controller. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Trolliver, it seems. She's either furious or terrifying, or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of a scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming? Nah, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See ya, Luca.
I don't want to go to the treehouse just yet.
I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid, did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is
The
good.
two boys shared a mischievous grin.
Can't wait to see for everybody to see the big reveal. Should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Better hurry to the treehouse. We got any more stuff for bait? We got a couple.
Luca wrapped some tape around. Hey, you never know.
What'd we get? We had a bunch of big words written on it.
Let's see that. We regret to inform you that your application for property rights, with respects to the Becon Pines CBD and the surrounding areas, has been rejected.
Who is that for?
Applicant, Valentine Estate. Good. Good.
Luca stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway.
Bracelet? Should we give it to Mom? She likes jewelry.
It's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. Not sure she'd fully appreciate a pawn bracelet.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
A note in a bottle. Malice 80, proof whiskey. Hard liquor for a hard man.
Let's leave that be. Place takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around.
Rolo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rolo. Mr. Kerr said you were all right. What happened out there?
What's behind the rocket?
Dang it, Rolo, where are you?
Also, where's her jacket?
Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here, so you better come out right now.
Strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy?
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your
Luca
fault.
slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. They couldn't control yourself for a second. And I get to be like this forever. Must be a way to fix this. Oh, you're gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and the power of his friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They'll chase me all through Wheatwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Luca! Rollo? It's not safe, Luca. Rollo, where are you?
The treehouse.
I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you?
No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse.
Who said they were going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do. But it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks.
Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile?
Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic, you stay here and I'll see what they want.
Oh my god. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have a time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us.
Be down in just a sec.
Of course, of course, of course.
We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you're right. They're all saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10.
Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run.
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave us all a heck of a scare.
Go away, leave me alone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though. We're here to help.
Help? Then why were you chasing me?
Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well.
What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him?
Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him.
You told me Rollo was okay. He was back at his place resting.
He is. Poor fella just got a little lost.
That's a lie.
That's a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies.
Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face chat? Yelling like this is gonna give us a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar?
Well, shucks, Loco. Loco? Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was home. He is resting, And he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. We're in quite a pickle, and I'm the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca? Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. Oh.
Hey, that was uncalled for, more than a little rude. And just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
End this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now. This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's fine.
Okay, so this is the timeline without Rollo helping us.
The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night.
Uh-huh.
So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rollo had things to do, so I sort of just poked around town. I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Miss Trolliver at the Bag and Wag. And another for Miss Fantel at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nutcreed, he said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a peculiar interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fantella and Trolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now. Well, the day is still young. What do you think of that, Grandma? Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight.
Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. Good news, no more boring chores for me today. You make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt.
Something happened. There was someone else there.
What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens.
No.
Zombies?
No.
Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be?
Rollo, I gotta deliver these into town first. We can catch up after.
Oh, is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. We meet at the treehouse tonight.
I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of.
Meet me at Mission Control.
Roger that, Space Cadet.
Oh, our bug catching friends. Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There's a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought you were just sort of wandering around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. They were missing when the festival preparations began. Think that noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch your step, okay?
Our fisher friends here. Think jam would make good bait? Depends on what you're trying to catch. At this point, anything.
You can tell those jerks, it doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up, they ain't moving. Humph.
No one wants to talk to me? Okay.
Anger from the past, mistakes not yet made, and a glimmering hope for the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh heavens, what a burden to bear.
Mr. Weidler, I trust you have time to chat.
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune. Had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. Seems to be the problem.
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed by stories about the silly festival.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that is the news of the day.
But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed.
I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in this town's future, rather than any one family in particular.
Humph. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about.
Well, things change, ma'am. And you know change is a dangerous...
If you finish that thought, I'll make that monocle a permanent picture of your anatomy.
My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine.
I give you the impression this conversation was finished.
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder.
Can I leave and not deliver these yet?
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year. The effects of when they're...
I can. I don't want to... He'll stop me, though, so I need to deliver these first.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry.
No bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me.
Yeah, Gran has some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jim.
Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Yes, the jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam to
He
me.
reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post haste.
Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of
He
course.
leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, some are cold. How do they keep somewhere cold? Look, Bert, you want the ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Hey, Don. Hey, Luca, what's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
They got you on jam delivery, huh? Yep. Hey, Don, have you noticed anything weird around town lately? What sort of things? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building. You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So what's going on? Can't quite say yet. So I need to follow up on a few leads. You mean the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Our Barons both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest. The other's working for Harris Valentine. And the Valentines represent Inca times past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine.
If I could just be left alone, young Miss Van Horn.
Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you.
It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech of the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. Truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I don't really think I'm cut out for this sort of thing.
Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking?
Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. More of a duty to my family, or our legacy.
Sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Ready to help, Mama? All right, little buckaroo. It's up to you to feed these folks while Miss Frattel is away. Gotta deal with inventory before I start cooking. Think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, ma'am. Hey, Roxy. Luca? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rolo. What can I get you? Not really feeling a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up. Chicken sandwich, bacon on top. There you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice.
It
Gadzooks, they've shrunk the waitstaff.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy these days. Know the feeling. Tell him that fish and rod he ordered should be ready next week, will you? Sure thing. Been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? Sweet burger? Yeah, and top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus? Heart wants what it wants. Here's your order. I call it the sweet and stabby. Ah, now that's a burger with a bite. You're a little young to be waiting tables. I'm just helping out. My father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Father always said, children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. Doesn't sound very fun. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I would always make time to have lunch together once a month.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Oh no, it turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Oh, the silver lining is, without him around, I can have my usual. Nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. Nobody ordered an actual hamburger. Here you are. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect. Thank you. Looks like you're missing a few things. Let me run out and grab some ingredients. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, this is my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Miss Fratelli.
She
Look at
leaned
you.
forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Your grand not feeding you? She is. It's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Got a feeling she's still out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
They even have my name on them. How
She
thoughtful.
carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your grand hello for me, Luca. Will do. I have more words. I just don't have enough to do more orders. Okay. Empty hives don't stay empty long. Huh?
Luca motioned to the book in front of him.
The more I read about bees, the more I see simulators of people. The hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. New queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So you're saying it would make sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature abhors a vacuum. Okay. Hey Jace. Hey Luca. Have you seen this? Not yet. No spoilers, please. It's awesome. The flashback. No spoilers, please. We get to see how mild-mannered Henry Adams becomes Incotomic, man of space justice. Jace, no spoilers. Oh, sorry. Point is, you're gonna love it. Alright, Jace. Catch you later. Roger that, Space Cadet.
The entire top level of the library, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad.
Some jam for you, Mr. Not Creed.
Luca, you seem chipper.
Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is.
So do you want your jam?
Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops these off herself.
Yes, she's busy today. Anyways, this is my last delivery for the day.
Oh, in that
Nuncreed
case,
snatched the basket from Luca.
hold on to the basket until the next time I see your gran. Oh. Rip.
Hey, you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12. Perfect, follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Well... Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pizza. Pineapple. Oh, and what's your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona? We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nellie means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Look, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Well, another coincidence. I already asked him, and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Yeah, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome? I owe you one. Moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. I also have a little cottage next to the big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. We gotta go to the treehouse. Cute. Oh. Morning, Jeff.
What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me.
Come on now, it's not all bad. Festival's coming up.
The festival. Old man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us?
It's a perennial harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, it's between the old Valentine Company and this new prenatal harvest outfit.
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
It's the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Brown soup, garbage. Oh there, little buddy. What brings you to this neck of the woods? I was just wandering around a bit. Wandering? How wonderful. Children, the wonderful wandering. Oh, to be young. Anyways, I can't let you pass just now. Top secret business that away.
Mr. Kerr winked with a wry smile.
I'm just yanking your chain. Prenatal harvest is just making a few
He
improvements.
gave Luca an energetic thump on the shoulder.
Better head home now. Our harvest awaits. So who lives in the house? Harris and Gus Valentine grew up in there, and Solomon moved in a few years back. That creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing? And a bunch of shady stuff happens at that all the time in that place like that. Not really, the Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. Welcome back, Kinnan. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says it used to be way busier. Back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. We can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Where's the redeem you make that makes you talk like that? Little sound effect banjo talk. That'd be pretty good. I don't think it's gonna work. Yep. I hacked it to protect it. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great, whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.